Hello Year 11 and welcome to this short film about sentence accuracy. Really key target. Keep setting it. Loads of you have had this target. Let's think about what it means, right? And let's use this film to make sure that we get our heads around it. Learning intentions then are, we are learning to understand how to write accurate sentences. What do accurate sentences look like? What are they? We're going to apply this to our writing, and we're going to learn some strategies. If this is a problem for you, if your sentences are going on too long, if you're not clear that they're accurate, then we'll get some strategies to help you. All right. Here's an example of a sort of some work that I've put together from lots of your mock exams. Nobody wrote this, but this is the sort of thing that we were getting in the mocks. And I've called it run-on sentences. I looked outside my window to see the sight of animals everywhere, even in my back garden there were elephants and tigers. It looked like the whole zoo had escaped because actually it had. Now the thing is, this person, it's described the view out of your bedroom window. This person's got, it's quite an original idea, it's quite a nice idea I suppose, you've got a lot of potential here. The piece of writing is ruined by the sentence structure. And you can see from looking at it, it's just too long. Here's this full stop right at the end there. You've got all of this. If you're writing in ways where you've got this many words before your full stop, you're probably writing in inaccurate sentences. So that's what we mean by an inaccurate sentence. And that's typical of the things that we're kind of getting at the moment. So pause the video now and see if you can rewrite this, put the sentences in. Where should the sentences go? Now, you probably ended up with something like this. I looked outside my window to see the sight of animals everywhere. There's a natural pause there, isn't there? There's a full stop. There's the end of that sentence, the end of that thought. Read that back to yourself. Again, pause it and read it back to yourself. I looked outside my window to see the sight of animals everywhere. Then, this would need to be a capital letter, wouldn't it? Even in my back garden, there were elephants and tigers. Full stop. Okay, and then you move on to a new thought. It looked like the whole zoo had escaped because actually it had. See, this little thing here doesn't really work too well, isn't it? And you could get rid of that, but you'd end up with something like this. So you've got your full stop. See, you've got three clear sentences here. First full stop there, second full stop there, exclamation mark there. Controlled, short, decent length of sentences. That is what we're aiming for, or that's what you're aiming for if your sentences are going on for too long at the moment. So what strategies might we use to help us do that? Well, okay, 4 things you might want to think about doing. First of all, is just focus on this area of sentences. Just slow down a bit when you're writing and think about your sentences. Are they going on too long? Listen for the pauses. Now the thing is, sometimes people say, oh yeah, I'll just write it and then I'll go back and put the sentences in. Don't do that. It does not work. Okay, you've got to learn to do it as you go and put the sentences in as you go. You can do this. You can get the hang of this, but you take a bit of practice. Secondly, it's helpful to plan the content of your work before you start to write. If you're making up the whole story or the whole description as you go, you're less likely to do good sentences because you're being distracted. Your brain is thinking about what it is you're going to say. So that's why you do a little quick plan of ideas of what you're going to write about before you start. A good idea also is to vary your sentences. So deliberately learn to use short sentences. Use questions or questions followed by short sentences. Now we've done work on this. There's resources on varying sentences in the GCSE English playlist on Charwell Online. Okay, and hopefully if you start thinking about how to do kind of more advanced sentences, then it might help you get the basics right. Okay, but at the end of the day, really, if you want to sort your sentences out, the easiest way to do that is just to invest some time in reading, read some newspapers, read some magazines, because that will model for you effective, accurate sentences, and you'll reach a point where it becomes natural to you. Easiest way to do that is to just read regularly, a little bit every day. Okay, and then it'll just click with you. It'll be fine. Okay, right, we need to do some work. So your task is describe your ideal school classroom. I want 1 paragraph of an answer to this question, and I want them with absolutely full-on accurate sentences. Okay, using the strategy. So look back on this video to help you and do that now, please. Right, great. Have a go.